Hi, Audrey. My name is Matt Gress, and I'm coming to you today from Hartsville, Tennessee, which is just outside of Nashville. So I just wanted to dive in. I found your post interesting and thought I would respond to it this week. You start off just by talking about how culturally competent helpers understand the culture plays a central role in how we all think, feel, and behave. Therefore, to serve this family well, I must begin by keeping in mind my own culture and how it may inform my perception of this family. That's so important because no matter how objective we believe we are, we are all. We all have our own worldview. We all have our own biases. We all have the way that we see things and interpret the world. And so there are times when we're talking with somebody and we think we're perceiving that the same way and we're not, especially when it comes to culture. And even within cultures, when we're talking here about the Mexican culture, individuals see things differently. They approach the world differently, and so we can't go in and make assumptions. Like you're saying here, we have to keep in mind that we all have a way that we see things, and that's our worldview. I was thinking about in Ivy et al., 2018, on page 39, they talk about worldview, and they say it's formally defined as the way you and your client interpret humanity and the world. And I think that's really important what they say there. It's the way you and your client interpret the world. And so I just see it as so important for us to take the time, as you talk about in your post, to really dig into, when I say something, are they hearing the same thing? What informs the way that they see the world? What informs the way that they approach the world? Their own hurt, their own healing, their spiritual beliefs, their family beliefs, their beliefs on work and how society should go and how they fit into that are also important. And so I absolutely agree with you as the sentiments you give here that we really need to allow the family to share their unique story. It's another aspect of cultural competence. You say here, for while I may understand some aspects of Mexican culture, I should not assume that everything I know applies to this specific family. That's so true, and that reminded me of something in a book, Counseling Across Cultures, and this book is from 2016. On page 172, they say, to counsel Latino and Latina clients effectively, counselors must develop an awareness of how their acceptance of and adherence to specific personal, mainstream, and professional assumptions, beliefs, and values may have significant impact on their interactions with such clients as well as clients from other diverse backgrounds. And so again, they're just talking about how there isn't a cookie cutter approach, really. We do have to dig in and do the work and find out the background of the person that we're working with. So I have a couple of questions for you. What questions would you ask? What do you think is important to know about a client, especially here from a Mexican heritage here? What questions specifically would you ask so that you could find out how they see the world? What would you share in terms of how to connect? How much personal sharing would you give? Disclosure. So I just want you to think about that as we all do, just trying to hone in how we do our practice. So Audrey, thank you for your post. I appreciate your thoughts, and I hope we can interact later on in one of our classes. Thank you.